Show 7 we did in Fairplay, Colorado.
Fairplay was fun. This was our third year playing for the Stamp family.
We were playing for our friends, the Stamps. They've been hosting a show on their property for the last couple years.
And it's generally the highest elevation we ever play at.
And I think they're somewhere at like near 10,000 feet. So like every time we get there, we're all breathing hard, just making trips back and forth to the van.
It's pretty high up there, and it's good we've been here for a while because sometimes we just hop right into that Fairplay show, and long notes do not come out. It's just very hard to breathe at that kind of altitude, and also it got really cold. A new cold front came in. I know it kind of started off the front, and then it got warm again, but it definitely got cold up there, and it was probably in like the mid 40s. Probably like 45 degrees for most of the show.
It got down to like 49 or 48 or something when we were playing.
But luckily there were 2 heaters, so that there was a heater on the right, and so I'm usually on the right, so that was saving my banjo fingers. And then James had a heater on the left that he used a couple times.
But I was like right in the middle of the group, and so I missed a lot of that heat. Right between them, so like the wind would just like take it all away.
So it was a little cold.
How'd your fingers do?
Actually not too bad. I think my fingers stayed the warmest of the string players, I'm told.
I was glad that I had gloves, but they're fingerless gloves, and so they came up to about here, and so the rest of my fingertips were numb, but it was really fun.
Yes, at that show, it was surprisingly chilly, and I got to use my fun gloves for the first time. Fingerless.
But yeah, after, like, we had been out there for a while, and then we came back in the house, and then they started hurting. Like, they started, like, catching up, like, oh yeah, they've been freezing for a while.
I was only able to play, like, half of my parts accurately because of how cold I was. I think it definitely helped Trey, which I was glad for, because Trey didn't have any gloves on. Neither did Jake, and then Jake was in bare feet. Crazy guy. But it's how he likes to perform, so he does. He even took the sandals off. It was just,
Did he really?
Yeah. Pretty sure he played completely barefoot. Yeah.
I have developed a tradition, not a tradition, I just like to play barefoot. It feels like if I have shoes on, it feels like I can't get into the music as much. It feels like I'm more grounded and can move around better. Sometimes that it hurts because it's really cold outside, but my feet go numb pretty fast, so not a big deal. But last night in Fairplay was the coldest night that we've had on the whole tour. And I was wearing shorts earlier, and I was super happy that I packed pants, and I put the pants on before, so I was layered up.
But still no shoes, huh?
No shoes. Still can't play in shoes. I'll only play in shoes if the ground has, like, you know, like fire ants or like really sharp objects, like we're playing in rocks or something. But most of the time, I can go barefoot and get away with it pretty well.
They live on this little, they have like a goat farm, a bunch of chickens and stuff.
They used to only have a couple goats the first year. Now there's like 20 goats. I guess they have kids pretty fast.
So, Kyle, give me one of your goats.
I think they like take their goats as like pack animals sometimes, like on hikes and stuff.
So we bundled up and got to see the goats again. They have these massive like pack goats, and Levi really enjoyed that.
Didn't get to see that too much, but I mean, it's a cool idea.
What did Levi think of the giant dogs, the goat dogs?
He liked them too. He goes woof woof.
I love their dogs. Their dogs are humongous. Like, you hug one and you feel like you're hugging a bear. Yeah.
I think something I appreciate about the Fairplay show is I feel like I just have so many fun memories there, just over the past 3 years. And I think just kind of coming to a location that you don't go very often, but you just see once a year, I think is a special experience, because you kind of get to see where you are now, kind of see who you used to be, and just to see kind of their kids grow up a little more. And they got to see Levi, Jake and Lorian's kid, grow up even more this year, running around and pushing fake shopping carts.
Yeah. I think that's another cool part about having your kid, or my kid, on the road. Levi started touring with us when he was like 2 months old, and a lot of people have seen him as an infant, and now, you know, as we're coming back a year later, Levi is a year older, and he's like running around now, and it's fun to see the host's reaction, and they get to be part of our life and see our kid grow up with us. And they're all so kind to. I'm so grateful for people's kindness to us. And a lot of the times our hosts that are hosting the concerts, they're really cool about letting a couple guests come. And the Stamps were cool with a couple guests coming from outside sources. You know, they wouldn't know. And a really cool couple from Colorado Springs, Jake and Aspen. And they showed up late because I told them the wrong time on accident. I told them the wrong time of our Colorado Springs show, and they showed up at the very end, and they were like super bummed. And I was like, hey, you guys should just come to this show because it's going to be awesome, and I know these people, the Stamps, they're awesome. So they decided to drive all the way to Fairplay from Colorado Springs, and they came and sat right front and center. It was great to meet them, and it's cool that Jake said he'd been listening to our music for the last couple years, and that our album Snow Giant has meant a lot to him. And he actually bought that record that night, and that was really cool. I think we signed it for him and everything. I don't know if there's a bigger honor than people, you know, telling you that one of your records has meant a lot to them and that they have listened to it and it's got them through some things, you know. And that's why I want to do music, is I don't want to do music for my own glory or people thinking I'm cool, but you know,
the edification of others.
Yeah, I want people to grow closer to God, and yeah, I just hope it helps them. And I want to give all that glory back to God, and I'm grateful to God for the opportunity to be able to do this. That's got to be the main goal for me, is to love people and to tell people what God has done in my life.
Thank you.
Yeah. They put some heaters up for us so we weren't as cold. Yeah.
Fire department was there?
The fire department was there, yes. But not because of the heaters. That was two separate things.
Why was the fire department there?
I don't know. I just saw them in uniform. I didn't ask questions. I just said, oh, the fire department, of course. I recall them being there last year, so I was not alarmed. But I think I don't know, actually. I'm not even going to pretend like I know. The fire department was there, and I don't know why. But I thank you.